MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace. And a friendly reminder, don't have a diet in between now and January 1st.
Right.
I thought I'd just go ahead and break it to you.
With all the little goodies that everybody's going to have.
It's just torture to do that to yourself. So this is just a public safety reminder where you won't be ugly to others.
I just wait till January.
But
make you a New Year's resolution.
Seriously, have you ever caught yourself if you're if you hadn't eaten, aren't you uglier to people? Your temper is just not as good as it ought to be?
Let me just tell you, Scotty Ray.
Tell me.
Yeah, especially if you have to have like a colonoscopy.
Oh.
You can't eat for like a day. It feels like a day and a half. It feels like a week.
So how long do you truthfully have to go without food for that?
The day before, you can't eat anything but liquids. Nothing but liquids.
Well, what's fun about that?
It's nothing fun about it. And I'm going to tell you what, my husband probably, would have traded me off.
Well, he said he's going to do that anyway.
Oh, you hush. But no, seriously, I was hangry and aggravated.
Hangry.
Yes, I was. I'm not good when I don't eat.
I'm going to be honest with you. I have never had that done because I'm terrified of it. And I know you're supposed to do it when you get in the upper 40s or 50 range, but I ain't got the guts to go. I'm a weenie. There's no other way. I'm scared to death.
It's not a pleasant thing, I tell you. But, my mother had colon cancer, so they asked me, 10 years prior to when she was diagnosed is when I had to go. So that would be now. So it was my first time, but everybody was super nice, but everybody told me, the prep for it is the worst, No, you can't eat and everything else.
That's true, but my neighbor told me something
I'm telling all my business.
about hanging from they hang you up in the air or something. And I was like, You sure they don't do men that way?
No, I don't think
You sure?
I can't be sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, you didn't go in with your husband when he had his done?
No. No, I did not.
She does not let him get out of her sight. Don't y'all let him.
I'm just going to say, it's not a pleasant thing to go through, but you do need to
have it done, I'm sure.
You do.
But I'm nervous as a cat over that.
Look, I'm telling you, I just didn't like the not being able to eat. And I was ill. Plus, I had a migraine headache from 4 a.m. on. Like, I went into the procedure with a migraine headache because I couldn't really.
Because you're just hungry.
Well, you can't drink anything to take anything, really. But,
right.
So, anyway.
Didn't you stand that chance of them coming and telling you, hey, you're going to die? And yeah, that's just better without knowing that.
Scotty Ray, goodness.
Just pointing out. Hey, there is rain on the way, a 90% chance. Now, as we look at radar, this could be, let's pull this up so everybody can see, because 90% chance sounds like, oh, boy. But as we go to radar, this is broken up, and it is not near as bad. The worst line of this is down in Houston, Lake Charles area there, coming up on New Orleans. As we come up to our area, to Jackson, Mississippi, we'll look at this, and let's put this in motion to where you can see exactly what is happening today. And as you'll notice there, it's getting lighter and lighter as it nears the Meridian area.
Yes.
Not to say, again, that we won't get a heavy shower from time to time, but this could be so much worse for us later.
Yeah.
So we're looking at hopefully all this being over by about 2 p.m. They gave it to 5 originally, and we hope at most that it's going to be some drizzle. Again, we could have some periods. That's heavy rain there, but hopefully that's going to miss the Meridian area. And as you look at this, that's going to go on and miss us. So we got our fingers crossed that the ceremony will go on without a hitch, but bring an umbrella.
Yeah, bring one. I hope it breaks up and we have a little bit of clear,
Right. 10:30 is when showtime is. That's going to be this morning right there at the Doughboy Monument. And then again, after that, the veterans will get to go over to the VFW to have lunch.
Be nice.
Yeah.
I was telling my son this morning, to always thank, if he sees anybody in the military, I always thank them for their service.
Right, yeah.
I said, it doesn't matter if a lot of them have been overseas or been out of the country to serve, but there's a lot of them that serve right here in our country and protect our borders. So, we appreciate each and every one of them, though.
You know what I've never understood is to be on a base and they won't give you a gun. We found that out on several instances to where most of them don't
get to carry a gun.
Yeah, it's a base, it's a gun. That's what you normally do.
Yeah,
don't quite
that
understand.
is odd. You know, I could understand a civilian, you know, coming in with one, not being allowed. Maybe,
Oh, yeah.
You know.
But if you're on the base, I would think. Anyway, yeah, small thoughts from Scotty Ray.
I'm sure they're protected, though, you know, somehow.
But yeah, if you go back and these people attack things, let's talk about what's going to happen Sunday morning when you get up. Maybe our first frost of the season is coming as we look at this. And again, I forgot to correct that, but we've got this area here from Philadelphia, Winston County up to Stark, Vegas, down to the edge of energy there, and Clark County possibly going to get a frost on Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm. I was kind of looking ahead the other day, or yesterday.
At a stop sign?
No, at the forecast. Like the temperatures are going to be kind of cool around Thanksgiving.
Yes, they are. As we look at this week, let's pull that up since you brought that up. Here's our forecast this week as we get into Monday, 39, Saturday night, 35. And that's what's coming into a possible frost right there. Now, since you brought that up, let's go toward Thanksgiving, and let's take it to Thanksgiving Day. 64 will be the high on that, but the bad part is there is a chance of showers on Thanksgiving Day. Hopefully that will fade away because we're 2 weeks out from that, you know, a ways out. As we look at this, partly mid-60s, nighttime lows of 40. So it could be a lot worse. We're going to be running a little bit cooler, like that.
Yes, I'm ready for cooler temperatures. You know, I don't want the hard freeze ice storm stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not looking forward to that. I don't know what kind of winter they're predicting, but you know, I'm not ready for that.
Right. We say good morning to a lady named her handle, we'll call it Restless Mom, watching us from Southern California.
Good morning.
Appreciate that.
Yes, good morning. Glad to have you on.
And what I'd like to know is, I've been to L.A. I've been to a couple of places once or twice in my life, but what is the perfect spot in California to live?
I don't know.
I would think it'd be away from the bigger cities to where the politics aren't so bad. But if you really look at pictures of California, that is a beautiful place. It truly is.
Yeah.
Now, politics makes you want to stay away from the larger cities, but boy.
Yeah, I've only seen just pictures, you know, and what I've seen has been pretty.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a lot different from what we're used to around here, you know. But
yeah, that's a great comment there.
not so great now, she says.
Yeah, politics again.
Yeah. But we're glad to have you on. I mean, I think it's so neat when we can see people from that far away watching.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
You'd be shocked as to how many people watch our program, whether it's on television, and we do go worldwide. It is.
Yes,
and it's a
we've
link.
had people in the UK.
Yeah.
Australia. Lots of places.
And my blind self these days, I'm going to pull this over, which y'all can't see, that so I can see it just a little bit better there of who's doing what.
But we are so glad each and every day that y'all join us, and we want to say good morning to Brian Troy, Peggy Simmons. Good morning to y'all. Betsy Holly from Sugarlock, she's watching us.
Bill Reinhardt said that he loves San Diego, and I haven't caught on to why Bill, when he does his singing on Tuesday nights, why he hadn't done In the Navy. It's your call there, Bill.
I think that's where my stepson's at right now is San Diego.
Wow.
Yeah. He's out there working right now. Just for a limited period of time, but he's out there. Yeah.
Hope he enjoys it there. There's military bases all over, and that's the great thing about what people used to join the military. You know, in the rural South, it was a way to see the world and get out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, you're hanging there in dirt roads, and you join the military, you really got to see what went on elsewhere. A lot of people done that.
Yes, they do.
So that's some thoughts there. Let's see here. Let's bring up a few things that happened last night. And again, each day when I bring this stuff up, I want to remind you, no one was hurt. It was just reported, and I like to point this out of areas of, well, this happened. In the area of 45th Avenue last night, gunshots were reported there. Again, that's 45th Avenue. No one was hurt. Let me remind you that's south of 8th Street. As we come here, also another reporting on Valley Street is where that was. That's also just south of 8th Street. Again, no one was hurt, but there were gunshots reported in that area. Again, that's just a way to keep everybody up to date with what's going on. Not to scare anybody, but it's always good to know what's going on in and around you at all times. So I want you to know that.
Yeah.
Does that
and
make
if you
sense?
have to do some city travels, you might want to take some different roads.
Yeah.
Besides the ones that have gunfire lately.
Let's point this out. The arrest has been made, and the MPD arrested the person that was involved in the wreck that done the stealing of the vehicles. And I got it with Ward Calhoun yesterday afternoon, and I got the picture of the gentleman that is responsible for all that. As you go back to this wreck that happened on Highway 39 there where we ran the red light in the stolen truck here.
Okay.
Now, as we found out, he had also been the one that had stolen the truck from Slay Steel.
And ran it through the wall.
Yeah, and then dumped it.
Okay.
Just off behind Lee's Donuts is where he left it, down that road. And then he also was the same person, and again, all of this is, you got to go to court, but he was also accused of breaking into Fairbanks Scales. Now, as we go this, here's the Bernard Campbell is the man that has been arrested, and you are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But he has been charged with this. And
busy.
yeah, here's the rap sheet there.
Yeah.
Probation violation, so he has been denied parole. He will not be getting out. He will not have a chance to get out. He's been denied that because of other charges that he may have done. So that's a wrap of what went on yesterday.
It's good that they found out who it was. They, supposedly found out who it was.
Yeah, that not so good to have things like that in our community. And we have to commend the police for getting him.
Yes.
That was an all-out effort. And then finding the Slay Steel truck. And I saw this, and I don't have the gentleman's name. One of the gentlemen that was hit in that car wreck had just liability insurance. He's in college, transports his grandmother, and he started a GoFundMe because he has no way to travel now.
Right. That's always a horrible thing, to happen to somebody.
It's not your fault. You can't afford extra insurance, and you had just the minimum of what the law requires, and now you owe a lot of money on your car, and you got to walk.
What I want to know is people who don't have insurance and they're riding the roads, and they hit somebody and they don't have insurance. Like, I thought they were supposed to get a ticket, go to jail, something. And so many times I've just heard of them not having anything done. So I don't understand. I thought it was the law that you had to have insurance.
You do, but it was a stolen vehicle, so the insurance doesn't pay.
Well, I'm not just this instance.
Oh, you're just talking about
I'm talking about in general. Yeah, because a lot of times that happens.
Yeah. People know insurance and they keep right on going. To the correction department, Jan Bushman, thank you for correcting me. I worded that wrong just a moment ago. He was denied bail, not parole.
Right.
I did mistakenly say that. Thank you, Jan. She's a sweetie pie this morning.
Look, and if you had helped people, give a tip, lead to the arrest of somebody, thank you. Yeah,
and that's how that got caught. Somebody saw it. And again, let me say thank you to everybody that sends in things to us to inbox us when you see something. It helps us get the word out that other people may not know about ever.
Right.
Kimberly Clark watching Miss Gully. She's watching all the way from Cow Creek, Mississippi. How are you? Glad she's joining us today. And a lot of people giving those thanks to our men and women of the service. This is Veterans Day, the 11th day, the 11th hour, the 11th year. Thank those veterans. Again, as we've already said that, but you can't say it enough.
Right. And, a lot of times, as I heard somebody this morning, it was a military person, and he was also thanking the spouses and the family members of these, because they go through a lot too.
They
don't go through battle, but they are at home holding down the fort, taking care of the kids.
Oh my gosh, you're bringing up that T.G. Shepherd song, War is Hell on the Home Front too?
Oh, well, it's
God
true.
God only knows what a woman goes through.
Yeah, it is true though. It really is. Spouses do a lot, and not just wives. There's husbands who are home taking care of kids while their wives are overseas, so give the families a thank you too.
That's true.
And tell them that you appreciate everything they do. I just think I can't say thank you enough. I mean, I know that I'm just repeating myself, but it's just a day to really appreciate them.
That is.
Each and every day we should appreciate them, but to recognize them today is a special thing.
Absolutely. I hope you'll do that.
Yes.
Let's talk about our friends over at Snowden and Company. What do? Well, they sell houses and they take care of you. All along is what they do. See Amanda today. 453-3937 is the number to call. She's got great salespeople that's been, saluted by you with the Meridian Star Reader's Choice Award. When it comes time to find your home or maybe you're changing homes or selling. That's where they come in. They're going to do a fantastic job with the demand high right now. They'll walk you through this, show you the great way to do this. Unprecedented. How do you say that word? Unprecedented. I can't say it.
Unprecedented.
Now,
You're an ass.
Lord have mercy. Hey, what they're going to do is give you a lot of exposure. Let me change the words to that. I can't get it out today. Skill negotiations and hands-on coordination as they walk you through this. Because you go into an attorney's office and they start talking. You don't know what they're saying. You don't know what that little fine paper says. She does, and she's licensed, and she knows exactly how to help you there. Plenty of homes to choose from. Scan their site at snowdenrealestate.com. Wow, you'll really like something. 453-3937. Visit them. They're open today through 5 p.m. They'll be closed on Sunday and by appointment on Saturday also. Now, they also handle all the area here from Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, all these areas there. And they dabble in now. They've expanded to the Jackson, Mississippi area. See why so many people choose them. Snowden & Company. Right. Call them today. They'll help you out there. See, Amanda? Poplar Springs Drive is where that office is located.
Coming home from work, I was involved in a multi-car wreck. It was obvious that I needed help.
I'm Mississippi Attorney Richard Schwartz. I'm proud to represent the people of the great state I call home. And if you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. In just a moment, we'll be joined by Chris Gully. He'll join us here in just a second, and we'll be able to talk to Chris about a fundraiser that is coming up. Chris, good morning. How are you today?
Good, man. How you doing today?
Doing great. Now, you and Britt are getting together to help somebody in the community, and that's going to be, tell us more about it.
Young lady named Jody Francois who lives in Philadelphia. She was Jody Beckham, graduated from Neshoba Central High School, went into the hospital a few weeks ago and was diagnosed with COVID and had a really, really hard time with that. And she mounted up a lot of medical bills, but while she was in the hospital, they also diagnosed her with breast cancer.
Oh, goodness.
And so she has a whole lot of treatment ahead of her.
Right, she sure does.
And so we're going to try to help her out. We're going to be at the East Neshoba Fire Department on Highway 16. That's between the Neshoba-Kemper County line and Philadelphia. We're going to start at 2 o'clock. Britt and I are going to be playing. No telling who we're liable to bring with us.
Oh, it'll be a good show.
Going to have stew, going to have sausage dogs, going to have potato chips. I think, listening to you in the weather report, stew is going to be pretty good for Saturday.
I think it is. You know, that's our cold night there, and that's going to be real popular.
Right. And I'm going to have some bounce houses for the kids, face painting, going to have an auction.
Okay.
All kind of things going to be going on.
Now, again, it started out as COVID, and now she's been diagnosed with breast cancer. And as you said,
right.
That is expensive. And
yes.
On top of all this, she's also a veteran as well.
She is a veteran. She is a nurse. She has been someone who has always served others.
Yeah.
And now we have an opportunity to give back to her.
All right. And again, tell us, Chris, how to find it. If you're going along, you're going, okay, I know about where you're talking about, but I can't pinpoint it. Give me some more directions here.
All right. If you are coming from Kemper County, you head like you're going to Philadelphia on Highway 16. It's going to be on the left, about halfway between the cabin and Philadelphia. Between the county line and Philadelphia.
Okay, I know exactly.
It's not far. All right, and if you're coming from Philadelphia, just turn it back around. It's going to be on the right. It's going to be right on the side of Highway 16.
Can't miss it. Y'all have a bunch of people out there with bouncy houses and be able to find you. Mm-hmm. Well, Chris,
right, you'll hear me and Britt making racket.
Yeah, we'll talk to y'all again tomorrow morning also as we get everything prepared to do this. And it kicks off at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon?
2 o'clock Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is not Friday. This is Thursday. Had my days mixed up there. But that's Saturday.
That's okay. That's wishful thinking.
It was Friday.
and while you're here, Chris, and while you're talking with us, I know you want to give your church a plug there. If no one's ever been to Linville, you are the pastor there also in Linville.
Right. Been there for 13 years.
Wow.
Linville, and Mellon United Methodist Churches.
Well, we'll send them in. You're still doing your services Sunday morning on Facebook also, right?
We are. We sure are. If you want to join us on Facebook, I'd rather have you in person, but if you want to join us on Facebook, if we're not already friends, just send me a friend request and I'll accept it, and Well, join us on Sunday mornings at 11 o'clock.
All right. Well, Chris, thank you again. We appreciate you calling in and telling us about this event to help somebody that's in need.
Right, and please send our prayers to her, because I know that is a traumatic thing to go through.
Right.
To go in sick like that and be diagnosed with something else, it's just traumatic. So send our prayers to her for sure, and everybody else's.
We will. And I greatly appreciate y'all letting me come on with y'all today.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a great morning.
You too.
Again, Brother Chris Gully there, live from Kemper County there, as they get ready to help someone this weekend. Hope you can make it by there. If you live in the Kemper County area, you don't have to be from there. It's always
such a wonderful thing to see people helping other people. Because you never know when you're the one that's going to be in need.
No, you don't. You can wake up one morning and be as healthy as an ox, and before day's end, it ain't so great.
In the blink of an eye, your life can just totally change. So
it can.
Thank goodness for good people.
It is, and that's what makes us. That's what gets us by there. Let's see here. I wanted to bring up this. Let me find where I've got it. They're going to be having the Bell Cookbook available in Meridian, and I got a picture of it somewhere.
Mm-hmm. We were just talking about this. Me and my husband were just talking about it because he works for AT&T.
Yeah, so, here it is. Yeah. This is the Bell Cookbook annual sale that's going to be in December. Not that far off, believe that or not. Mm-hmm. 8:30 to 4:30 both days there. Prices begin at $5. Cooks from Mississippi and other southern states going to be involved in it. Now, somebody asked me yesterday, what edition is this?
Yeah, because there's several. And I think Kurt said that was like the original.
I don't know.
They have great recipes in them. And they're about this thick. So
Donna Jill, send me a text and let me know.
Mm-hmm. Great. It's a great gift. If you wanted to give somebody something for Christmas, wonderful gift. If you know somebody that loves to cook or just getting started cooking, the recipes are really easy to follow. It's not like they're crazy, complicated recipes. So pick one up for somebody. It'd be a great Christmas present.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let me see here. So, and I found this out. Collinsville is going to have a Christmas parade this year. Mm-hmm. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's share this with you. Again, this is coming up. Piggly Wiggly being one of the big sponsors of this. And it'll be right around the corner. And December the 11th. Is it Saturday the 11th?
Okay. Yes. It's going to, they're going to have a live stream of it. It starts at 6 p.m. So that'll be neat because, they'll have everything lit up.
Yeah. Santa Claus is coming to town. Always like to know that.
Yes.
Also, we've got another benefit that we're going to be talking to someone tomorrow to learn more about some more community events that are happening in our little area there.
November was busy. It looks like December's going to be just as busy.
You wait till we hit December 1st of how it's going to pick up. Mm-hmm. It's going to be big, to say the least.
I love this time of year, though. All the parades and the decorations and,
It is. Now, yesterday, some headlines that rocked America that everybody was glued to is this case is going on with Kyle Rittenhouse. Is that how you say it, Rittenhouse?
Uh-huh.
Possibly, this is going to be a mistrial on this. It turns out, if I'm saying this right, I know that you've watched probably a little bit more of it than I have. The attorneys for the government,
the prosecutors,
introduced stuff they weren't supposed to, right?
Right. And somebody had said, one of the commentators had said that it possibly, the guy was actually a lawyer himself, but he said that the attorney probably could have thought, his thinking process was maybe that he knew he was going to lose because evidence is in Rittenhouse's favor because all of the video shows him running away, trying to run away from him.
And you can watch that. It's out there.
Yeah. And said that he could have just kind of thrown it on purpose, made the judge, mad on purpose just to have a mistrial.
Right.
So, but if they do have a mistrial, they can try him again, but they have to use all of the same evidence. They have to use all of the same videos and everything has to stay the same.
Can't introduce new.
No, I don't think anything new can be. But the mother is supposed to be. I think she's going to be on Fox tonight or something. I think,
now,
giving an interview.
Did you see when he was on the stand when he broke down and cried?
Yeah, yeah. The prosecutor was really drilling him about it being the first time he had spoken out. But he has, his constitutional right is to, keep his silence if he wants to, remain
Correct.
silent until this moment if he wanted to. So that was not even supposed to be introduced. And I think there was some other evidence or some other, maybe a video that was shown that wasn't supposed to be shown or something. I don't
Right.
know. But I mean, that's awful. I feel so sorry.
And you have to say, Americans did step up and help donate to his expenses.
Yeah.
You can. It'd probably shockingly to know what. You're only as good as your attorney. It doesn't
Right.
matter whether you're innocent, guilty, whatever. In court of law, you're only as good as who your attorney is.
Right. They had a witness on the stand that I saw the other day, and I mean, he was supposed to be for the prosecution, and they were asking him questions about when Rittenhouse drew his gun,
Right.
and fired at him, and he said that they worded it so that the guy just pretty much messed up on his. He told the truth, but he said that he did not draw his gun until he had pulled a gun on him. So it really looked like self-defense. So I don't know how they can prove it otherwise, but.
Let's get a little closer to home. Let's go to Mobile, Alabama. Say somebody's breaking in your house. Well, you don't have a pistol handy, but you do have Granddad's axe handle.
Yeah.
What do? You whoop the guy breaking in your house. A woman took care of herself and whooped him bad with an axe handle until the police came and hauled him off. He's not going to be breaking into her house anymore.
Probably not.
Yeah, but axe handles are really. I keep one in my car. It was given to me as a
You
little.
messing with Scotty Ray?
It was given to me as a kid.
Yeah.
And I've just always kept it inside. You never know what you might need that for.
Yeah.
Somebody jump on you bigger than you? A axe handle straighten them out.
Goodness.
So that's one of the stories that are going on nationwide as you wake up today. Now, what happened? There's always lawsuits across America, and this one, you see the embarrassment. Let's say that you had a little problem. Maybe you've done a few drugs in life, and you get busted for it. They haul you off to jail. Well, prison is not going to be, or maybe it's not prison. Let me reword it. It's a rehab program with cops, the whole 9 yards. It's not going to be a cakewalk.
Right.
But, and y'all tell me if they done wrong on this. They take the lady in and they strip search her to make sure that she has nothing on her.
Right.
And instead of letting her get clothed, they parade her in front of all the other officers and also in front of the other inmates, which also included some male inmates, which they kept going, woohoo, looking good, baby doll.
Yeah, that was not right.
And she is now suing the city there. And this is Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky is where that. Is she right to sue over that?
I think she is. Yeah, that should have never happened. I could understand maybe, for whatever reason, you have to be have a strip search. I don't know. I don't know how that goes.
You've never been to prison either.
No, I had never been. I don't want to go either.
Charges pending, though.
Yeah. But, you're crazy. Anyway, the parading them around, that should have never happened.
And I guess the line really got crossed when there was male inmates and male police officers, because that's done by women.
Right.
If it's, by the same sex normally. So that's stirring up in Louisville,
That was
Kentucky.
an abuse of power. If
yeah,
you want to call it that.
But even the pictures that, she's still embarrassing. And when she did the camera interview on this, she kept her back to the cameras. She didn't want to show her face. And, you understand that.
Yeah, who knows what cellmate had their cell phone.
Contraband is what that's
right.
called.
Because they do have them. I'm going to tell you sometimes. They have them.
Sad news, and as we learn more and more about this, the concert that happened, and I know I brought it up every morning, but we keep learning a little bit more, the Travis Scott concert. We now find out, and I had no idea about this, there is a 9-year-old on life support clinging to life from this that was more or less trampled or pushed or crushed, however you want to word that.
I had thought, initially the 14-year-old was the youngest, but
now it's clinging is the way they word. He hadn't lost his life, but they say no matter what, even if the child pulls through, he will never be the same as he was before he went to that show.
So sad.
Just have I don't know how to word this of always be, and I always say this thing of watch your surroundings. Of if you go into someplace and it's like this, standing room only,
tons of people, anything can happen.
might be time to go.
Right. In this day and time, I mean, it's so crazy out there. You know, you never know when somebody could have a gun. What are you going to do when you're packed in that many people? How are you going to?
Well,
You just have to think ahead.
You take the incident that happened at Meridian High School when somebody just said the word
Right.
and everybody scrambled.
Right.
You can get hurt with people running. You don't want that to happen. So just use some common sense when it comes to all of that. When it comes to where you go, what you do. We want you to be safe at the end of the day. That's what it's all about.
Right.
So be careful out there. More coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace. Already, can you believe it's 8:30?
I know.
Where's the day going?
It's flying by like usual.
Yeah, we'll check in on radar in a minute and see where the rain is, if it's moved any in the last few moments. That's up and coming with Scotty Ray and Candace. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville are passing along these savings this week. Idaho potatoes, 8-pound bag, only $3.99. Red, orange, yellow bell peppers, 2 for $3. Starkist tuna, 79 cents. A 4-pound bag of Dixie Crystal Sugar, only $1.99. Certified Angus beef chuck roast, $5.69 a pound. Our twin pack Boston butt, $1.49 a pound.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. It is, as we said, getting on in the morning as we start today. Let's take a stroll back in history. What happened as we pull up this today? It was 1918 that Armistice Day. World War I ended at the 11th hour on the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. The Great War ended. Wow. You cannot imagine. I've only spoken to those in my lifetime that served in that. It was a great thing. It was a great war. And I'm sure that the people of that time thought that the end of the world was near. I mean, it was bad. Then we would go on and have another world war. Rations would come out. You couldn't buy gasoline. You couldn't.
That's scary because, I mean, who knows I mean, I'm not saying it could never happen again. You know?
No, you even go back to the war between the states when we fought amongst each other. Vicksburg, Mississippi was down to horses. That's all that there was. It was some bad times that been inflicted upon this country. We've all, in the end, come back together and work together, and we hope it continues that way.
Yeah, I was listening this morning. Somebody was talking about Pearl Harbor. You know how awful that was. And I mean, you can't ever say that stuff like that can't happen again.
No, you
it's
can't.
Scary.
There's always a bad guy. And we'll get to that in just a little bit. There's a news story out there that ought to rattle your cage of what's going on elsewhere. Do you remember this guy? And I can't remember the TV show. Which TV show was he on? He was like the butler in it.
I don't know, but we had him pulled up the other day. He had a lot of little skits with Dean Martin.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. And we were listening to him the other day. He was a funny man.
But he was on a regular TV show like The Butler or something like that. Jonathan Winters, and he was kind of dry and funny. But maybe you remember him.
Yes.
All right, let's see here. Other things. 1942, they needed more people is what this really goes down to the headline here. The draft age was lowered from the age of 21 to the age of 18. And, well, we thought we'd show Elvis's draft card.
Okay.
That was one of those things that everybody got. That was back in November the 11th of 1942, and the age has changed from 36 to 37 on the upper limit of being drafted. And the question goes: does America need to put selective service back in it when you turn 18? Every male
register. I mean, they've been putting like commercials out about you have to register. You have to register. I mean, they're really pushing it. So
my question is: should every male go to boot camp now? Need a little training away from mom there where you've been sitting around playing video games and you don't know how to do anything anymore. We're becoming a soft nation, and I think it might be time to bring that back to where you go spend 6 weeks with Uncle Sam, and he teaches you how to be a man and, well, have some common sense. That's my thought.
Well, I mean, it will grow you up in a hurry, I think. Give you a lot of responsibility.
They're going to wake you up every morning about 4:30 and tell you to get out of bed.
Yeah.
Teach you how to make a bed, too. You ever seen that speech by that general that says, life really revolves around making a bed? That is a great speech.
No. Well, I've heard something about it, I think, but it is true. I mean, that's one of the things in boot camp that they show you, from what I understand. You learn how to make that bed. And I know my son said they would take their clipboards and poke it into the thing to make sure it was real straight.
Yeah.
And poked in there, but I don't know. It's just a lot of things that are tedious little things that they have to do and learn. I think it's a good thing, though.
Bill says he agrees with me. It would help mold you. Mm-hmm. It molded him.
I do think that it's a good thing. I mean, I don't know if they would make women go too, but possibility.
Why not?
There.
I mean, all these
women do join the military.
Well, there's been a large crowd for years that wanted equal rights.
Right.
Well, come on, because they've got it now to where they can actually fight on the front lines, if I'm not mistaken. And hey, and whoever that, I ain't even going there. But anyway, but I think everybody teach you a little something there.
It's a big sacrifice, but it's a good thing.
She was married to Bruce Willis for a little while, and then she found her a young kid to marry. It's Demi Moore's birthday. She was born in 1962. What was he like? 19 when she ran off with the Ashton Kutcher guy?
Yeah, I don't know how old he was. He was young, though.
They're not still together, are they?
No, he's with another girl.
And yes, she is the one who done that filthy movie called Striptease. That would be her.
Okay. He's with another girl. I can't remember what her name is, but they have 2 kids, and remember they were talking about they didn't bathe them until they were...
Yeah. We call them nasty folks down in the South. Take a bath. Here's a bar of soap. Go get it and don't come back till you take care of it.
Goodness.
That's just my thoughts there. 1978, history was made. I remember as a little boy, I was 9 years old, and I sat in front of the TV glued, and this would be TV history. Mm-hmm. From there to 1985, every week, you would see the General Lee do this, as it made history of that jump that night. Mm-hmm. This car was known as General Lee 1. It jumped that. They would later reuse the car when Kyle Rittenhouse came on there. Mm-hmm. It was totaled and then drug into a Georgia junkyard and set for years upon years and would be saved, and now has been restored. But that's General Lee 1, and it appeared in every episode of the Dukes of Hazzard. There was over 300 General Lees used, but that was it.
The girl that I work with in town, her husband has one.
Pretty cool.
It's signed on the hood by John Snyder.
Even better.
Mm-hmm. It's really neat.
Those cars are everything that as a kid that was what Dreams was made of. It truly was. And if you've never driven a General Lee, there ain't nothing like it.
Yeah.
It's a super cool moment.
We need to get some pictures made in front of theirs.
Yeah.
Neat.
In a photo album over there, I've got my General Lee, and golly, that was fun. Mm-hmm. It really was. Yeah, we need to get some pictures made with the General.
It would be neat.
I liked it. What was it? I was trying to think. There was something else about the TV show that I was going to bring up, and it slipped my mind, so I'll leave that where it is. Mm-hmm. But a wholesome show it was. Let's see here. I think that was, in there. 1974, this old boy from Titanic was born. Mm-hmm. I don't agree with anything politically that he thinks whatsoever, because he's so far out there that I can't see where he is. Mm-hmm. But he was in a great TV show or movie that you would call the Titanic. Leonardo DiCaprio.
You know what I think about a lot of times is these Hollywood stars, they'll jump on the bandwagon and or this, thing or that thing. But, I mean, do you think any of them would suit up in a uniform and go protect our country?
It ain't many of them.
Yeah. There might be one or two out there.
And you go back, and my ultimate hero of a movie star would be Jimmy Stewart. Mm-hmm. Played in so many great movies of, the Christmas shows, and then the show about the rifle, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. Mm-hmm. He was a general. I don't know if many people know that. He gave up his acting career to go serve. What a great man he was. Mm-hmm. Elvis did it.
Yes.
Even if Elvis can go, everybody can go.
Yeah.
That's what I got to say. Now, I want to go ahead and say this before I pull this up, because there is a spelling error that I just caught before I throw this up on the screen. And yes, I see it. There's nothing that I can do about it right now because, I put a T instead of a Y.
Yeah.
Rodney Atkins was arrested on this day.
I did not even hear about this. I've never heard about this.
He got up in a argument with his wife there. She called the police and said he done tried to smother me with a pillow. Within 24 hours, a divorce had been started. Now, we don't know what really went on, but it wasn't good that night for either party, and they got a divorce.
Right. Goodness.
His big song, Watching You, that was a few of the songs. Not on the charts as much as he was back in the day.
I can't believe I didn't hear about that.
Now, last night was the big show. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the Country Music Association.
I did not watch it. My mother watched it, though. She seemed to like it. She said that it was a lot of old country.
Yeah, see, the thing that I read said it was all pop. I didn't watch it.
They had a combination of, she said, I can do without all that, the other music, I think, but she said it was a lot of like country songs and stuff in it.
Yeah, some of the artists, I'm not really sure. A little PDA, the Osborne brothers. I don't know them, but let's go down through here. They won big. Chris Stapleton won last night.
I heard where he won big.
And Luke Combs is the Entertainer of the Year. Mm-hmm. And here's the picture from that, from the CMAs, as they put this out this morning. That's that rare. He's the CMA winner.
I love to listen to him and, him. Chris Stapleton. I couldn't think of his name. It just, I had a brain fog for a moment.
But
I love his
the
music.
reviews that I read of the critics that I personally know said it was a pop show with some appearances by.
Yeah. I didn't watch it, so.
Yeah.
I just don't like to sit and watch shows, like that. Awards shows. I used to love it. I don't know what changed. I guess because the music changed.
That'd be the correct answer.
That's the main thing, yeah.
I was watching the live feed before it all started there, where everybody walks in, and it's just a different tone in Nashville than things used to be. Of when I started going and attending all that stuff, it is definitely a different world in Nashville, Tennessee these days. It's just shocking. I can't keep up with the changes there. You have to go back to Barbara Mandrell. I was country when country wasn't cool. And I don't know what country is now. She needs to rewrite that.
Yeah.
What is it? Let's talk about our friends at Maples One Stop Shop. That's our folks that are going to get you some gas, and they'll get it for you good there. They've got another drawing coming up this Friday. Don't forget, when you purchase gas, to write your name on the back of your receipt, put your telephone number, and drop it in the box, and you could be the winner of that $50 fuel card. Coming up weekly.
Great. Yes, that's a good deal.
Again, Friday. Make sure that you're on that list there. And, of course, they offer the cold coffee machine there in Broadmoor, the caramel, the French vanilla, and mocha. You may like that. And, of course, us hot coffee drinkers that like it, and we drink a bunch of it.
That would be me.
The 6-cup of coffee, absolutely free in their Community Coffee Loyalty Coffee Program. Boy, that's a mouthful. You can check out everything they have, from cold drinks to snacks. They've got tons of this. A great way to get a quick lunch for $4.99. Yeah, pizza,
right.
Drink, and a bag of chips, all that. Of course, crickets out at the country store if you're going fishing, and lottery tickets at all locations. A little ice cream to get you by, too. You'll find it at the Bonita Chevron, also the Pine Springs Country Store, along with the good folks there at Last Chance Tobacco on the right, coming out on 493 past Peavy's, and Broadmoor Chevron. See them today at Maples One Stop Shop.
Benjamin Franklin is famously quoted as saying, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest." That is one of the main reasons that Richard Schwartz and Associates are proud sponsors of the Golden Apple Award program. We take great pleasure in rewarding the teachers in our communities for doing the hard and often unappreciated work of teaching our children.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. As we look at other headlines across America, what do you define a deadbeat dad? What is the lowdown thing that you could possibly do?
I mean, there's several things, but, one is not ever even trying to be in their child's life when they have the opportunity. Yeah.
Other headlines will prove that if you're being chased by the police, you're a bad guy, most likely doing, a drug dealer, and you took your kid along for the drop-off, and then the police chase you and you crash your car and you leave your kid in the car as it burns to die as you try to get away. You're a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, that would be a major.
The child has been saved, and he will spend the next, they gave him 28 years. Today's judicial system means he'll serve about 6 months, most likely, and they let you out because, the jail's overcrowded.
Right.
But sad. How could you leave your child in a car?
Yeah, I would die trying to get mine out.
Me too.
Yeah.
Even if they are 40.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what age
That's
they are.
true.
You don't leave somebody. Goodness gracious, people just.
Actually, Dylan's in his 20s, but that's beside the fact. No matter the age, any parent would do whatever they could.
A good parent would sacrifice their own life to save their own child. I mean, goodness.
You see this so much in especially these big cities as I pull this up. This is over $50. See this woman? She's getting beat for $50. He drags her out. That's New York.
Where is that at? What is that?
That is a elevator.
Okay. I was trying to figure out what that.
That is bad. It's the subway elevator that takes you in between going up to it there. $50. You go back to the Hank Williams Jr.
That'll
song.
kill you over $1. I mean, they don't care. It's just.
And a country boy can't survive. It describes that same scenario there. We got to have police. New York is a problem. I'm not running New York down, but if I had a vacation, I don't think I would go back to New York and spend my money there and take the risk of no one there to protect me anymore. There was a time to where it was good. Candace brought this next story up to me as we continue the coverage with Alec Baldwin, Mr. Attitude across America.
Right.
There's more. They got more issues.
I think it's jinx. I think it's got a big target on the scene of the set of this movie. I mean, it's just, I would shut it down.
What's our next issue that we got with it?
Well, the guy or the lady got shot.
Correct.
Alec Baldwin accidentally shot the lady on the scene. Now, one of the other people on set have gotten bitten by a brown recluse spider. It's caused a major infection, and they could have to have an amputation.
All from that set.
How awful is that?
The odds are this movie will never be finished. As we look at it, and of course it's the blame game. It just keeps on going down there. And Alec Baldwin is saying from now on, the police ought to be on every set when we do movie scenes. No, it shouldn't. Do your job. The police should not have to be there to police when other people do their job. He needs to get that straight.
Yeah.
If it's done properly, you don't need authorities there. This is America.
But goodness, what are the odds that something else would happen like this? That's just crazy.
Well, they're also getting sued here. The guy that after she was shot, that when she fell into his arms, he caught her. He's suing for traumatic stress now. Everybody's going to lose on this one. Not going good. Have you heard the news of Kamala yesterday?
That was the craziest. It's an embarrassment. Every time she opens her mouth, it embarrasses this country.
It reminds me, and if anybody's ever watched any of that old footage of Hillary, depending on what town she goes to, as to how she portrays her accent.
Yeah, that drives me insane. Everybody has to know somebody that whoever they're talking to, they adjust their way of speaking. That drives me insane. I am not like that.
But she tried to put on a French accent yesterday, and she has been eaten alive across the internet and all across America as well.
Well, somebody had mentioned that if she said the plan, they didn't understand what she was saying. So she had to say the plan.
Like Pippi Le Pew.
Capital T, capital P, the plan. Yeah, it's crazy.
What a mess we've got in Washington. And, well, Americans brought it on their own selves to a degree there.
Right.
Let's talk about this because this is serious. As we celebrate Veterans Day, we want our country to always be free. There are those that complain that we spend too much on the military and this, that, and the other, but the military is something that keeps you safe in hopes that you never have to use it, and that's why you have a big force that shows. It's like the bully on the playground. You don't always have to go whoop him. You just show, I am the biggest, back off. And now China has a bigger Navy than the United States. This is very concerning. Again, let me repeat that. China now has the largest Navy in the world.
Well, another thing that is very alarming to me is that they have bought up so much land within our country.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of acres of land they've bought up. Why?
Well, you know why.
Yeah, well,
we all can read between the lines, but somebody needs to take hold in Washington and fix these problems before we've got another major problem of, let's just say, like, we can't even get supplies. Yeah. China plans to release in February another aircraft carrier also. Not good. Let me just put that in the back of your mind. You keep that there. Inflation is on the rise. We're at a 31-year high. Have you seen this?
I have seen this, yes.
31 years, we've never had it this bad. And who do we think? I did that. Joe. 6.2% living cost rise. The South is getting eaten alive by this.
I don't understand what world he's living in his mind, because, like, he was on there the other night saying how the economy was great. Shopping's going to be great. you'll be able to get all the gifts you want. Where's he been in the
He ain't there.
last month?
Let me break this
that
down
is not
for
the
you.
Case.
Your Fruity Pebbles are now 4.5% higher than they were before he took office. A steak is 24% higher. Bacon, 20%. Let's keep going out here. Eggs, you don't even think about eggs much, but almost 12% higher. Furniture is. Used cars are up 26% since Uncle Joe moved to Washington.
Let me tell you, yesterday I was in a grocery store and looked at a ham was $52.
Prices are up.
A ham.
Let's see here. What does he plan for the future of this vaccine thing that he's trying to do? He's pushing people to report others, whistleblowers as he wants, to report companies for not doing his mandate within companies. He wants you to turn in the company. This really sounds like a foreign country. Do y'all know where I'm going with that line?
Dictator.
Yeah, yeah, that's not good there. And let's see. This is the line that he said this week that really shakes my world, that goes, America, wake up. It bothers me to no end. No matter, and if you're watching me, if you're a Democrat, that's okay. We can all agree to disagree.
Right.
You can be independent. You can be a Republican.
Forget the party lines.
Yeah. He said that Americans aren't clever enough to understand the supply chain crisis and concedes that his stimulus checks fuel the spike in inflation. He's finally starting to realize he's created this whole thing. But he says we're not smart enough to figure out how to fix it. Oh, last I checked, DeSantis said, bring the boats down here. We'll unload it in Florida and fix this problem. And we can fix it. Yeah. It's Joe that is the problem, that is not clever or smart or however you want to word it.
Well, it just feels like he's trying to run this country completely into the ground. And obviously everybody that's standing behind him is doing the same thing. But, forget the party lines and think about what's best for our country.
Absolutely.
Because it doesn't matter what party you're for. If you are against this country,
you're against everybody.
They make tickets every day.
Absolutely.
Go somewhere else. If you don't like it, what's the song? If you don't love it, leave it.
Yeah, Merle Haggard.
Yeah.
When you're running down our country, you're walking on the fighting side of me.
I love that song.
Getting a lot of great Brandon comments. We do appreciate those.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, that song, though, could be played on a daily basis.
Oh, it could.
It totally applies to the time that we're living in right now.
Absolutely. Merle Haggard wrote one that just really, really. Earl Pitts, Wake Up America. I remember Earl. Played him for many years. It says the next headline that the U.S. Army may have lied to you. Can you imagine the Army lying to you of people that are, well, like Biden? Yes, they did. About the deaths of 4 soldiers at the hands of ISIS. The Pentagon claimed that the unit went on a rogue capture mission that they didn't have orders to. It turns out, as paperwork turns out, they were sent on that mission by their superiors, and somebody lied. Imagine that. Lying to people that lost their loved ones about how they died. It's been done for years. It's getting worse.
Well, look at all the people that we've left over. They say there's troops left over in Afghanistan when they left and just left them over there. Civilians over in Afghanistan and all their family members back home, worried to death about them.
Yeah.
They've moved on to bigger and better things. Like it's not even brought up,
Oh, boy. Here's something else that's in the headlines here. We all know the name General Electric. It's been around for years. Things are so bad at the company that they're having to separate it now into 3 different divisions. It's going to be broke up into, it's struggling. It's going to have aviation, healthcare, and energy. They won't be together anymore because the company doesn't sound like it's going to make it, and probably one part of that will fold before it's all said and done. We're seeing a lot of things like that happen. And the more we send things off to be built in other countries and not brought back and have factories of our own, you're going to see more of this. More great companies that fall by the wayside because they just can't make it with the mandates and different things. And we can't even buy a new truck anymore. Why? Because of something made in another country, not made on American soil. Thought y'all might want to be a reminder of that. Every now and then it doesn't hurt to say, hey, this is why this is happening.
Yes.
Woohoo, boy. We're coming up toward the top of the hour. We hope your morning is going well. And thank you for coming by. We got a lot going on today. Glad that you're a part of it. We want to tell you about, well, when it comes time for this, the deer and the antelope love to play in front of your cars.
Yes, they do.
Maybe not an antelope here, but the deer do.
They're quick to jump right out in front of you.
Chet's Paint and Body is going to be there to help you out when that happens. Whether it's a door that they just kind of bruise up against or, well, they total out your car, make it look really bad. Take it to Chet. He will put it back to the way it was, from radiators to hoods, and make the paint match. That's what's important there. They've got a great color matching system there. They can take a chip of your paint, mix it up to the exact way that it is on your car, and it'll match. These are the different cars that he's fixed, from door dings to, front end damage there. All of this. This is a Ford that they've done, and they can fix those beds that are aluminum too. That's a front end that had a little damage there, so to speak there. Here's the paint booth where they take care of you there. See them at Chet's Paint and Body. Let them handle everything for you, from that insurance work to getting you a car to drive while it's in there for a few days. Insurance claims are welcome. Chet's Paint and Body in Center Hill. Honesty, that's what it's all about at Chet's Paint and Body, 737-2961. See our friends today.
Benjamin Franklin is famously quoted as saying, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest." That is one of the main reasons that Richard Schwartz and Associates are proud sponsors of the Golden Apple Award program. We take great pleasure in rewarding the teachers in our communities for doing the hard and often unappreciated work of teaching our children.
Our next story that I wanted to put out, there's low-down people in this world.
Yes, they are.
Occasionally, everybody disagrees with somebody at some point. Say you go to a restaurant. You're getting ready to walk out, and you don't like the carry-out plate that they gave you. The story comes to us. Let me see what this was. That was New York City. This is in Texas at a Mexican restaurant. The girl is leaving, and she has a carry-out plate, and they put her soup in a cup. Well, it's very hot, and it's melted the ring around the top when they poured it in. It melted it. She goes to the counter to pay, and she starts complaining. And let me pull this up and show y'all what she does. Where is this? There it is.
Oh, my gosh.
Watch this right here. This is coming back up. Here she is right there. She's complaining to this girl here, and she throws it in her face. Is that not... Here's a bigger... Look at that. Now, that could have scalded her face. I don't know how she is.
It probably did. She was probably like shocked. I mean, when it first... I can't even imagine.
There ought to be charges filed on her for that.
I wonder what happened to the girl. Did they catch her?
It hasn't, to my knowledge, at this point. She has not been arrested. I'm sure that they were looking for her. That's just a no-no.
The low-down people in this world.
I can't imagine wanting to harm somebody else like that. Just because you're mad, say what you got to say and walk on.
It's just some idiots. I'm just going to put it to you like that.
Yeah,
idiots in this world that could care less. But, yeah, they need to prosecute her to the fullest extent.
Boy. It is. Let's see. They're going to fine Aaron Rodgers $14,650 for not getting his COVID shot in the NFL. I don't know if you've heard that yet.
I heard they were going to do a fine, but I didn't know.
And now the team is getting a $300,000 fine from the league because they didn't enforce it. It was all about wording of how he felt that he could get away with it. But I
still am. I don't understand the whole concept of the making people get the shot if it's not stopping the virus.
It's a big controversy all across the United States.
I don't understand it.
Again, y'all be ready. In a year or so, we'll be talking about the numerous lawsuits that will come out of this. It's going to happen.
They're probably going to try to do something about the flu shot. I don't know that, but I feel like it's coming. I feel like this won't be the last thing that they try to mandate.
Oh, and
that door's been opened,
Breaking news. We need to wish Banker Fleming a happy birthday today. I didn't realize it was Banker's birthday. So,
happy birthday.
And if you're somewhere now,
party.
I'm going to say, yeah. I bet there's one going on in Geiger, Alabama this weekend.
With the chicken drop. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
The chicken drop, yes.
He's kind of like the Pope. No matter where you go Banker, and people go, I know Banker.
Does he still have the hearse, I wonder?
I don't know. Me and Banker were at the convenience store there in Scuba a few months back, and he was in a Dodge.
Well, I mean, he used to have this hearse.
Oh, yeah.
And they would have parties, and the hearse was sitting at where you drive in.
Yep, he drove around it. Cornbread drove around in it forever, too. Let's cut to radar real quick and let you know what's going on. We're sitting at a couple of minutes before the top of the hour. I wanted to get this in so you can see this. As I said earlier, the bad stuff has broken up. This is where we are right here. Here's Meridian. This is Jackson, Mississippi. And as we zoom in on this is moving into Scott County as we turn on our locations. This is going to be here's that first rest area going into Jackson. It's light stuff. Let me turn this off and let's put this in motion and show you what's coming up for us in just a little bit. Let's hit this button here, and here we go. the worst of the worst is breaking up. That looks great for us. So we're tickled over that.
Yes.
Again, we've got the ceremony coming up at 10:30 this morning at the Doughboy Monument. We hope you can make it down. Still bring a rain jacket because it's going to be some rain in our area, but hopefully nothing bad. And then the parade beginning at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Come out, support our veterans. They need you.
We're planning on going to the parade.
Yeah.
If
Don't
it's
let
not just
this
pouring down, but hopefully it won't be raining at all.
Right.
You know?
We don't want our parades to go away for our
That's right.
veterans.
That's
Can
right.
we say thank you to y'all? We can.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you to all the veterans out there who've served and continue to serve. Or thank you for the families who've been there for them and have lost the loved ones in the past.
We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning beginning at 8.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by